This video is brought to you by my website, aeroparts.com, high quality, genuine parts. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the crank seal in a 2008 Chevy Impala with the 3.5 liter V6. That's the 3500 motor. Now, this job is going to be very similar for a lot of GM vehicles around this generation with the 3.5 and 3.9 liter. Not exactly the same, but it'll be pretty similar, so keep that in mind. On the screen are a list of tools that you'll need to do this job, and I'll be making a lot more videos on replacing the rest of the seals in this car, so you can finally shut your neighbors up that are complaining about your oil leaking monster. Now, this is not a very long video. It's about 8 minutes and some change. I'm going to speed through some of the simple stuff because it's kind of simple, but I will include it, like getting all the stuff out of the way. You got to remove the brace and the battery and all this. Now, if you're struggling during the easy part, then my recommendation is to just throw in the towel. Go to your local dealership, give them your wallet, close your eyes, tell them to slap their hand down on the keyboard, drag it across, and whatever number shows up on the screen to go ahead and run that card. Come on, I'm joking, alright? I made this guide to help you save money, so just bear with me. I'll give you as much information in this guide as I can to help you do this without having to take it to the shop. Now, the two 10mm nuts for the coolant reservoir come off real easy. You can lift that coolant reservoir up and out of the way so you can access the tensioner. This electronic box can be scooted out of the way. It can't be completely removed, but you can push it out of the way so you have a little bit more working room.
This bolt right here for the power steering line, I need an 8mm.
All you gotta do is get the power steering line out of the way so we can get the belt off, and it's just that one 8mm bolt. Now I'm gonna stick that camera all the way up close by the tensioner so you can see what's going on. It's pretty simple. You just need a 3/8 ratchet to get onto the tensioner and to turn it clockwise to release the tension. You can see where that yellow highlight is. That's where you can insert your ratchet to undo the tension on the tensioner. As you can see, I'm pulling it clockwise and that tension is being released. Simultaneously, you pull it with one hand and use your other hand to remove the belt. Now the belt is off. Check it out. This belt was replaced in 2014, so it's been over 10 years, and it has some typical wear, but it's not bad for 10 years in my opinion. But we're going to replace it anyways because while it's off, that's the best time to get it replaced. Now the passenger wheels got to come off to access the harmonic balancer / crank pulley, however you like to call it, and move that plastic out of the way. And there's our crank pulley or harmonic balancer. It's got an 18mm bolt. And check out some of these notes on the screen. There are other ways to remove the harmonic balancer bolt, but you just have to hold the harmonic balancer or crank pulley. There's a few tools that you can use. I just didn't do it here, unfortunately. There's some tools that I could suggest, but I'm not 100% sure if they'll work. This is a harmonic balancer puller. It's a 3-jaw puller. This was able to get it. You can rent some of these type of tools from your local parts store as well. You just put a deposit and you get that money back when you bring that tool back.
The back of the bolt. It just kind of goes in there. Tight. Got it. Yeah. Seal, we can pull that seal from here, put a new seal on, and call it a day. So we'll do that.
Now there's a couple different type of ways you could pull that seal off. You could use a regular seal puller that you can get in there. I actually don't have footage of me removing the actual seal because I did a lot more work to this car. There's a second video that I'm uploading as well, removing the entire timing cover and resealing it, and I didn't remove the seal until I removed the entire timing cover, so I can't give you that footage, but a seal puller will get it. There's a couple different types that you can check out, but both of them should work. This is how I ended up removing the crank seal. I ended up using the typical type of seal puller while it was out of the vehicle, and of course I believe that that seal puller will still work while the timing cover is on the engine.
Back on, we have the new one.
Now the first thing you'll notice here obviously is the different design harmonic balancer. This was an updated design that GM did. I'm not exactly sure why they changed the design. But one thing to note in particular with the newer design is that it's 1.8 pounds heavier. I didn't notice a difference in performance, and I know a lot of people don't really care for a heavier harmonic balancer. A lot of people don't prefer it, but it's the updated design, and so this is not necessarily a high performance race car. It's a family car, so just a heads up on that. I'm going to offer both on my website for those that don't want to put a heavier harmonic balancer on, but personally, I didn't notice a difference, so take it with a grain of salt. Now we got to press the harmonic balancer in. I know some people will either hammer it or use the original harmonic balancer bolt to press it in, which both can work, but they risk serious damage. Hammering it risks damage to the thrust bearings, and using the original bolt risks damaging the threads because it doesn't thread all the way down. I know people have done these methods before and they've worked, but the risk of damage is just too large. So I actually recommend using a pulley installer kit. You can even make one on your own. It uses an M12 by 1.5 on this particular car. This kit shows Ford, but this also fits the 3.5 GM motor 3500 in particular, so we're going to be using that on this car. But you can make your own kit as well. This one comes with a nut that's got a bearing on it so it doesn't score up the new harmonic balancer. It's kind of cool, but we're going to be pressing it on with this. We're going to screw the threads on till they go all the way down, and we have plenty of threads to hold on to so we don't damage anything.
Tighten that. There we go. I got plenty of threads now. Not worried about damaging anything.
Now this is a pulley holder that I'm going to be using. It's pretty simple. It just simply holds the pulley. It's got different adapters, so it may work on the previous design harmonic balancer. I just haven't confirmed it on the video, so just a quick heads up on that. It's got all these different adapters, but I was able to use it on the new design, no problem. And this is how I was able to hold the pulley. I just basically braced it against the subframe, and it allowed me to torque the bolt down to 92 foot-pounds. Plus an additional 130-degree turn. Remember, it's a torque to yield bolt, and the manufacturer does recommend to replace the bolt when you remove it.
Build some oil pressure. Some more. Okay, we're gonna fire her up now.
And from here, you just need to check your work. Make sure there's no strange leaks or weird noises going on. Make sure to check that the belt is not moving funny or looking like it's about to come off. And that's it. You are done. The only thing left to do is to take it for a test drive. I really hope this video helped you out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more videos coming on this particular car. And don't forget, make sure to check out aeroparts.com for high quality, genuine parts.